Steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
What's up? What it do, YouTube, man? It's your boy. What's up, man? My name is Rashad Milligan. Yeah. So what are we doing? What are we doing? First things first. I feel like every time you do this, every time you get consistent and you upload every day, it's a new thing to send your thoughts out and pray for. I hate to say thoughts and prayers, but thoughts and prayers, to be honest. Prayer is powerful. But I want to say prayers to all of the, how do you say, all the victims, all the members of the United States ice figure team and things like that who tragically passed away. Over 60 people, 67 people reportedly in the helicopter plane crash. I just want to say that first things first. Rest in peace and prayers to all those families as they go on. Now, to get into it, people keep texting me. I got a call that I just declined and stuff like that. If you're watching this right now or you see anything, it's literally just because I was responding to everybody else, like with voice messages and everything. So I'm here on live to get it out. Anybody else that want to talk to me about it or ask me about it, I'm going to just send you the link to the video. But this is the news of the day. We have in the WNBA, Bri Jones going to the Atlanta Dream. That is 2 all-star centers headed to the Atlanta Dream now. And of course, Cheyenne Parker-Tice is going. She's probably leaning, really going to the Las Vegas Aces. So there's that. But in Atlanta, they have the combination of BG and Bri Jones. Now, my first reaction was just like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. The Atlanta Dream back up. They're stacking up on talent. They're starting to get greedy, everything like that. Second one was, okay, this doesn't necessarily align with what they were saying was going to happen and stuff like that with the new coach, right? So the new coach, he's running gun, Mike D'Antoni, 7 seconds or less, 3-pointers every 5 out. 5 out is the offense over there. This certainly isn't that. But hold on, let me see. I'm trying to see if I could find something right now of Hunter. Hunter said it. He pretty much said it just outright. All right, here we go. I'm about to share this. All right. From Hunter Cruz himself, I thought the purpose of hiring Carl Semesco was to play fast and shoot threes. But then they bring in 2 of the slowest footed bigs in the W who are also non-shooters. The skill sets don't blend with the guards and the wings. Fascinating decisions. Now, what Hunter has said and what Megan says here, Megan Hall, shout out Megan Hall as well. How's the offense going to look with her and BG in the starting lineup? I need to think about this. And also, someone else sent me, they don't like to be named on videos, so I won't name them on videos, but they said a clogged paint. With this being said, man, I'm looking at it as Bri Jones coming off the bench. Bri Jones is coming off the bench. BG, Brittany Griner is she has a history of being she can be a bit injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Things of that sort. So if BG, knock on wood, if she can't stay healthy all season, you have a backup option and a viable backup option and an all-star worthy backup option now here in Atlanta at the 5 position. Now you still have your fours. The 4 is kind of thin. I'm not even going to lie to you. The 4 is looking kind of thin for the Dream because, Tina Charles is probably gone. Cheyenne Parker-Tice is probably gone, as we just mentioned. And you have Naz Hillman, and that's kind of it. That's kind of it right now. It's just Naz Hillman at the moment, at the time of recording this. So unless the Dream knows something, I know they're probably pursuing Satu Sabali. Are they going to get Satu Sabali? I don't know, man. It looks like Satu is really pushing her way to play with her sister up in New York. And New York kind of swapped out one of the all-star kind of Avengers out for her. So New York swapped out Courtney Vandersloot. She's going back to Chicago. And instead, they're bringing in probably Satu Sabali. So I don't know what the Dream are going to do at that 4 position. It's not like they have like such a high draft pick or anything like that. So they might be kind of stuck in purgatory with that. I think you go with Nas Hillman. You kind of go with Nas Hillman and just kind of run as far as you can with Nas, and then see how that goes. I don't know the durability of that. You're probably gonna have to pick up somebody who's hooping, the most valuable player at power forward in the front court in AU this offseason or someone like that. You're gonna have to go somewhere, man. You're gonna have to go somewhere because that forward position is pretty thin. Every other position, it seems like the Dream are stacked. They're ready, locked, and loaded. Depth chart is good. When you look at Ryan, Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, that three right there, first three, and then in the front court you have Nas Hillman and Brittany Griner, Bri Jones coming off the bench, uh, 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 Walker coming off the bench now, Shator that you just signed the other day as well, coming off the bench. You have a pretty good two deep Haley Jones. If Haley Jones really needs to work on her. I don't know who she needs to work with, which coach she needs to develop her. I don't know if that's Temesco. If he can work with her in the offseason and they can really work on developing her game. I know she's in Australia still. Oh, I guess Leticia Me here will be the backup for her. I just thought about that. So Leticia Me here, LA, and Haley Jones are both going to have to step up in order for this to work. Or the Dream are just going to have to keep going out and signing the biggest names. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you either go out, keep signing the biggest names, and you cut Haley and Leticia, or you Carl buys it all the way in. Buys all the way in into developing or getting the staff that is going to fully develop LA and Haley Jones into the players that the Atlanta Dream thought they were getting when they drafted them. So those two are definitely on the clock. They're on a, I feel like, outside looking in. You got Mike Caldwell as well, a player who gets cut by the Dream, gets signed as soon as they have some injuries. So you're dealing with that as well. She's kind of like their two-way player. There's no G League in the W, but if there was, Maya Caldwell is like the definition of a two-way player. So yeah, there you have that. And that's the overall makeup of the Dream now. So the overall thing for anybody just tuning in is Bri Jones. You have some depth, great depth, all stars in the starting lineup and coming off the bench now. At the center position and at the guard position. On the wings, it's pretty top heavy at the wings, but that's good when your wings are when your wings are Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. It doesn't matter too much of who else is on off the bench in the depth chart on the wings. The forward position is the only one that I'm looking at, like, looking a little thin here with LA, Leticia, me here as a backup, and Nas Hillman as the starter. Nas is going to have to continue to step up and, develop that as a professional. She's gotten better every single season. Nas Hillman has gotten better every single season, but there might be a little cap there. So, Leticia, she's going to have to make that jump, and so is Haley Jones. Those are the two things that I'm saying there for the Atlanta Dream. So that's the Atlanta Dream. Bri Jones coming to the Atlanta Dream. And with that being said, we will keep it moving to the next topic. So here we go. Next topic, pretty heavy one right here. Justin Tucker. So this is like the biggest thing that I'm kind of hearing or whatever in the world of the NFL and stuff like that. But the Justin Tucker things. First things first, shout out to the Baltimore Banner. Shout out to Julie, Brianna, and Justin Fenton for writing this story. This is probably a long story, so we're gonna go here, and it's a content warning. So flash warning for anybody and stuff like that. This is what I'm about to read. Two spars. Excuse me. This is my first time reading it, by the way. So I just know like a little of the clips that's been on social media going viral, and I saw a bit of Justin Tucker's response, but it's my first time reading it as well. Two spas say they banned Justin Tucker. He denies the bans and the behavior that women say has left them emotionally scarred. Content warning. This story contains graphic descriptions that may not be suitable for some readers. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker engaged in inappropriate behavior at 4 high-end spas and wellness centers in the Baltimore region, according to 6 massage. Buddy, I feel like when the number of accusers is like beyond like 3, 4, 5, it's like, oh, what are you talking about, brother? You got 6 different folks that done told the newspaper the same thing, Joker. You might just be guilty. Innocent until proven guilty, though. Guilty until proven innocent in a court of public opinion. But anyways, let's get back to it. According to 6 massage therapists, including exposing his genitals, brushing 2 of them with an exposed, ooh, and leaving them with what they believe to be, oh my gosh. Robert Power. All right, it's good. On the massage table after 3 of his treatments. Several therapists said Tucker's behavior was so egregious that he ended his sessions early or refused to work with them again. And at 2 spots, management said they banned him from returning. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, here. Just know, Tucker, you a freaky fan. All right, here we go. After receiving a tip on January 9th, the banner began investigating and spoke to 6 massage therapists who recounted troubling firsthand experiences with Tucker from 2012 to 2016. The women said they had long waited to tell their stories. Ooh, they said, I was waiting for you at the door. I've been waiting for somebody to expose this man. I've told people about this over the years, and they act like it's either hot gossip or a joke. Sheesh. One therapist who worked with Tucker in 2016 said, but it's really degrading. He might be cooked. Attorneys for Tucker denied the allegations of inappropriate behavior. That's how he had this ready. He had it ready because he knew when it was coming out, because they reached out. This is what we call responsible journalism, people. When you come out with some claims, always reach out to the other side, reach out to their legal representatives, just to say that you at least reached out to them. Because a lot of y'all just grab things, y'all grab some hot gossip, hot tea, and you throw it out like it's facts. Everybody believes it. That's how you end up with Cardi B and what's her name? The lady who's in South Africa now. Everything like that. That's how you get Tasha K. That's how you get those type of situations, because you didn't do your due diligence, reaching out to all parties involved, saying allegedly, using your legal. It's a whole thing. Anyways, let's get back to this. You're not there for that. You're here for this. Attorneys for Tucker denied the allegations of inappropriate behavior, calling them speculative and impossible to prove, quote unquote. The attorneys, Thomas A. Clare and Stephen J. Harrison of the Clare Law, said Tucker had never been banned from 2 spas in question. They also denied Tucker he said ever at the spa. Mr. Tucker has never behaved inappropriately during any massage therapy session, and certainly never in the manner described. By the banner's reporting, the lawyer said, any suggestion to the contrary is fictitious and utterly baseless claim. A Ravens spokesman said, we take any allegations of this nature seriously and will continue to monitor the situation. The NFL said it will look into the matter, quote unquote. So now, also, I want to also point out this. Justin Tucker probably thought this one coming. He probably thought this report was not coming. He seen everything happen with Deshaun Watson a few years ago. He said, oh, that's crazy. Let me lay low real quick. Because you see, according to this report, all of these attacks and all of these heinous acts happened between the years 2012, 2016. No excuse, not excusing anything. The culture was way different back then, bro. The culture was way different back then. Don't make it right. It's terrible. It's illegal. Everything like that. It was bad back then. But this was pre #Me Too. This was pre Deshaun Watson. Everything like that. Buddy thought he was going to get away with it. It's been almost 10 years later. He thought he was going to get away with it. And what they said, I got something for you. Baltimore Banner said we coming out with it right now. Anyways, Tucker released a lengthy statement on X after the story published, denying the allegations and criticizing the Banner's reporting process. I've always made a conscious effort to be considerate and respectful in all the interactions with the community that I love so much, he said. It is devastating for me to learn that anyone would feel I was offensive in any way. Some of the women said they encountered Tucker, now 35, early in his career before he established himself as the NFL's best kicker. After joining the team in 2012, Tucker quickly built a standout reputation on the field, kicking 2 fourth-quarter field goals and the Ravens' 34-31 win over the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. He cultivated an outsized a public persona, extolling his Catholic faith. Oh, man, they exposed him, my boy. They calling this man a fraud. Baltimore Banner bringing that heat. Shout out to them. Filling the Baltimore Basquilla. You can read it. Baltimore Basquilla with this classically trained bass baritone, and staging a dramatic proposal to his now wife on the roof of the Four Seasons. He's been the spokesperson for the Royal Farms convenience store chain since 2015, making him one of Baltimore's most recognizable athletes. Most of the 6 women who shared firsthand accounts said they had not known each other before being contacted by the manor, yet they had strikingly similar accounts of Tucker's behavior. That's crazy, you cook, my boy. It's Cook. The woman asked to be identified by a letter to protect their privacy, fearing retaliation from the Ravens organization or fans. 5 of the women said Tucker asked them to massage his pelvic region or inner thighs while he had a woo woo. Then they had repeatedly wiggled his pelvis to remove the sheets, which fully or partially exposed his genitals. 2 women said Tucker brushed them with an exposed woo. 3 said when they returned to the treatment room after Tucker left, they discovered a large wet spot on the massage table. Oh man. They strongly to believe to be, you know what it was. The women say the incidents took place from 2012, Tucker's rookie season with the Ravens, to 2016, the year after he married his college sweetheart. Now my boy said, "Hey, it's time to leave the game." All right. A representative of the upscale locals chain Ojas said Tucker was immediately terminated as a client in 2014 after a massage therapist reported an incident that allegedly occurred during the massage therapy session with Justin Tucker. Now, this is said all the time. So before you say, well, why did they wait all the way to now? 2014, it is 2025. Why did you wait 11 years? Why did you wait 10 years? Well, as one of the women said, alleged woman said earlier in the story, every time they said it, people would treat it as hot gossip or a joke. They would laugh it off. If you see in the Fox Sports lawsuit, where the lady said, she was in an appropriate way at a holiday party, she went to tell another woman allegedly at the company, and the woman just said, "Get over it, get used to it," kind of laughed and walked it off because they were having reportedly, allegedly, relations with other employees within the company themselves, and they were moving away. That was crazy. So, all this to say, why didn't you say anything? Folks don't take you seriously. Folks harass you, especially if they find out who you are. Like, you just kind of want to go quiet, go zero dark 30. People accusing you of that. Anyways, the owners of the now closed a representative immediately terminated as a massage therapist with Justin Tucker. The owners of the now closed Studio 921 and Locust Point said through an attorney that they took immediate and a decisive action to ban this individual from our business and services to ensure a safe environment for all. A lawyer for the spa said the owner told Tucker by phone that he could not return. That's crazy. The massage therapists, many of them who were in their early 20s at the time, described the mixing of emotions that they felt in treating Tucker, a high-profile professional football star, who the spas were proud to book at Oja's in Pinesville, which patronized by many members of the Ravens. The staff at the Times wrote T-shirts that said "Purple and Black, we got your back." Massage therapist said, "Oh, this is crazy." Several of the women reported that Tucker's improper actions began slowly and subtly, but after he attempted to expose his genitals and in some cases seemingly positioned his hand to brush their thighs with his fingers, they concluded he was deliberately being inappropriate. We can tell that it's intentional or it's just an accident, and this was intentional, said L, a therapist who said Tucker touched her wrist with his naked and semi-erect during a massage at the Ojas location. The woman said they took extra steps to keep Tucker covered after he repeatedly exposed himself. One, she said she placed a heavy heating pad over his pelvis. Another described using one hand to keep him covered with the sheets while pressing his inner thighs with the other arm to make the massage less sensual. Tucker's lawyer said that it was unremarkable in that news that he might become exposed during the massage. Athletes often shift around due to discomfort that wait. Okay. I just saw what happened. I'm about to react to it. Believe it. Often shift due to the discomfort that accompanies body work, and the massage therapists themselves are the ones who adjust coverings, they said. But the therapists are unequivocal in their belief that Tucker's behavior was unusual, inappropriate, and intentional. Roughly a decade after the alleged incidents, the therapists say they remained haunted by his actions. "I can't watch sports anymore. Sheesh. I see his face everywhere," said Jay, who Tucker acted inappropriately, and she massaged him at the Apothecary Wellness. I want to say this as well. I know I'm breaking up a lot, but it's like if you just wanted to read the story, just read the story. Uh, I'm gonna try not to break too much more. I know a lot of friends who have dealt with athletes, whether they were talking to them, romantically involved with them, or anything like that, or just friends with them. And if they had a bad experience with said athlete or coach or anybody affiliated with an athletic program, after that they can no longer look at the program the same. They like can't watch the team. They hate the team. They hate the player, and it's kind of just the way it is. It's just from trauma and PTSD and stuff like that. So this is totally believable. It might sound dramatic to you if you're on the outside and you never heard of anything like this, but this is totally normal. After talking to the banner, E contacted attorney Michael Belsky, a partner at the SBWD law firm who specializes in sexual abuse and harassment cases. Belsky said that he is now representing 4 massage therapists who have shared similar experiences about Tucker, including an additional therapist who had not spoken to the banner. The allegations of exploitation that have come out from my clients are voluminous, voluminous, very similar, and very troubling, said Belsky, adding that massage therapists are highly trained, licensed professionals. Each of my clients have expressed profound, long-lasting impact as a result of these allegations. None of the women who spoke to the banner said that they took their allegations to law enforcement. Legal experts said that there were some criminal statutes that might have applied if the allegations were proven true: indecent exposure, possible battery for any instance in which his genitals intentionally touch the therapist, but that the statute of limitations has expired, and in any event, such cases are rarely prosecuted. Dang, that's tough. One expert said that any civil court case, such as the claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress against Tucker, could face a very high bar for success. Depending on the outcome of any investigation, Tucker could be found in violation of NFL and team rules. Well, unless you know what I'm saying, actually like punched her with a closed fist. Then you'll just get suspended for 2 games until the video comes out. The league's personal conduct policy prohibits behavior that quote unquote undermines or puts at risk the integrity of the NFL. Really? Really? Because we got some folks in the Super Bowl that have some wild allegations passed, caught on camera, even suspended, taken away from teams for a couple years, and came back this year on both teams, Kansas City and Philly. But we're going to keep it going. And in 2022, Ravens coach John Harbaugh cited the team's zero tolerance policy towards domestic violence when asked about Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson's suspension following the accusations of sexual misconduct. Sheesh. Not they put him in a pack. Baltimore Banner said, forget y'all. We went at the Pikesville branch of OJAS. Both E and L were assigned to massage Tucker in 2014. E was 21, a newly licensed massage therapist, and about 7 months pregnant. That's nasty work. She said before the massage began, Tucker asked her to focus on the inner thigh muscles because they were tight from kicking. She left the room to allow him to undress and get under the sheets. When she returned, Tucker had an erection, she said. Since it's not unusual for a man to briefly become erect during a massage, she said she ignored it and focused on his neck and shoulders. Following the standard protocol, she tightly wrapped the sheets around his genitalia, a technique called the diaper drape, she said. But Tucker wriggled his pelvis until the sheets fell away. Nasty work, revealing his genitals. He was continuously moving his hips, moving his thing, wiggling it, making it bounce, undoing the drapes. This is crazy. I'm uncomfortable just from reading it. So just imagine her actually being there. Flustered, he asked Tucker to turn onto his stomach so that he could work on his back, she said. But at the end of as the appointment neared, he asked her to return to his inner thigh, she said. Tucker was still erect. This man must, sheesh, he said, which she found discomforting. She again secured in the sheet and stared at the wall while massaging his inner thigh, she said. When she looked down, what's up, my dude? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Our preen. About, hey, we get into NBA after this. We get into this after this. Hey, let me see. When she looked a few minutes later, she recalled the sheets were gone and he was fully exposed. Crazy. Feeling certain that this was not an accident, E ended the massage, left the room, and told a supervisor she recalled 4 other former OJAS employees confirmed to the banner that she told him this account around the time of the incident. It felt premeditated, E said. It made me feel even more gross because I was pregnant. Another therapist, L, said she was assigned to massage Tucker later in 2014 at the same spa when she encountered similar behavior. Tucker asked to focus above the groin area and wiggled his body to make the sheet fall away, she said. Throughout the whole season, he kept readjusting to make his thing come out. Dang, she said that Tucker appeared to purposely position his hand so that it touched her leg. Towards the end of the appointment, Tucker readjusted the sheets so that his thing came out and touched her arm. This crazy work. Elle said that at one point she ended the session early. Elle said that she informed her supervisor that she did not want to work with Tucker ever again. The banner was unable to contact the supervisor, but 4 other former Old Josh employees informed the banner that Elle had told them about the incident at the time. At the third spa, the now closed Hill and Path location in Lutherville, Tucker ground his pelvis into the massage table when laying face down, then repeatedly tried to expose his genitals when face up, according to our massage therapist who worked on him in 2016. He continued to move the drape in, so I realized he was being creepy, R said. Because Tucker was a celebrity, R said she was afraid to end the massage early. Instead, she switched the techniques and used one hand to pull the sheets taut and pin him to the bed while she massaged his thighs with her forearm, she said. The owner of the Hill and Path declined to comment, saying the business was a healthcare facility and must follow the same privacy guidelines that govern doctors and hospitals. 2 therapists reported that Tucker also acted inappropriately with them at the Apothecary Wellness in 2012 and 2013 during his first 2 seasons with the Ravens. One therapist, Jay, recalled that Tucker arrived at his appointment in the Ravens gear, head to toe. He made it a point to tell me, I'm a kicker. I play for the Ravens. Power move. Anyways, Tucker asked Jay to focus on the gluteal muscles and inner thighs, but kept moving to expose himself. I tucked him in like a baby, but he kept repositioning himself so I would brush against. He exposed his thing, she said, prompting her to stop massaging his thighs and move to a different area of the body. This is not normal massage behavior. I did hundreds of massages and never had someone ever do that. After the massage, Jay said she found a huge wet spot that she believed to be in the middle of the massage table where his pelvis had been. Jade said she told the receptionist and a senior staff member that she never wanted to massage him again. She said that outside she believes occurred with Tucker. She has never had another client leave what appeared to be on the massage table. I left the massage feeling dirty, she said, noting that she was so upset by the experience that she stopped doing massages for several months. He knows we have no power and we can't do anything. Tucker's attorneys said that having bodywork outperformed on the NFL's kicker styles was typical and not sensual. They added that where there were myriad explanations for why the massage table would appear damp, suggesting that it would be sweat or body oil. These are good lawyers. And that the therapist's observation of was wild and inherently improbable conclusion. It was, I know what it looks like. I have dated men. Yo, this is crazy. Justin Tucker is finished, bro. S, who worked at Apothecary, said Tucker acted inappropriately during their first appointment with her. However, after Tucker's second appointment, S said she returned to the room to discover what appeared to be at the center of the massage table where his parents had been. I know what it looks like compared to just water. There was a puddle. You nasty. Lock him up. All right, anyways. S said she showed her supervisor and requested that Tucker be barred from further appointments with her. He called her several times asking to receive a massage from S, but the front desk staff always said that she was fully booked and he eventually stopped calling, she said. One of the Apothecary co-owners at the time recalled being informed of S's account. She said Tucker was never confronted about the concerns. Instead, the owner said Tucker was referred to another therapist and he eventually stopped patronizing the business. She says she did not recall Jay's account. Several years later, another therapist said she provided a massage to Tucker at Studio 921. And who was more experienced and thought she could keep him in line, said she volunteered to work on Tucker after a colleague in her early 20s told her that she was no longer comfortable with him. And recalled that she started the massage by informing Tucker that his wife was a client of hers, hoping that he would get the hint to behave appropriately. Yet Tucker repeatedly exposed himself and brushed her thighs with his hands. She said, I've had clients that have had inadvertent accidental erections, which is normal. She said trying to uncover it and show it to somebody is not okay and not normal. She ended the massage and hurried out the room when she thought he appeared to be having a moment. After Tucker had left, she had discovered She discovered a wet end puddle, which she believed to be on the top sheet, she said. It was so hard for me to deal with that, the word said, in referring to the emotional toll of the incident. Tucker was banned from the spa and told by phone that he could not return, an attorney told the Banner. Tucker's attorneys denied that he was banned from either spa, claiming neither establishment informed him that he could not return. They sent a screenshot of an undated photo of Tucker posing by Studio 921 staff, appeared to be posted by the spa website TripAdvisor in December 2016 after the alleged ban. They also provided copies of the email in 2018 that showed that the spa was, quote unquote, actively inviting him back to additional appointments. This, of course, is inconsistent with the false idea that he was banned from the spa, the attorney said. The body of the email addressed a hi 921 fam and advertised a holiday special. The spa's attorneys was uncertain why the TripAdvisor photo was posted, but said Tucker was unequivocally told that he was banned and could not return to the spa. Tucker's lawyers directed the Banner to more than a dozen therapists who had worked with the kicker, including 3 men. For 6 of them, the attorneys provided first names and insisted that the Banner go through the Ravens for interviews or requests that the team declined. The Banner reached out to 11 therapists. 4 responded, all describing positive experiences with Tucker. This is responsible journalism going through all the signs. Martina Duncan, who said she contacted by the Ravens and recalled working with Tucker twice a week from 2016 to 2019, describes him as a professional and respectful throughout their sessions. I always found the relationship with him to be professional and platonic, Duncan said. The boundaries always stay very clear. As a client and therapist, whoever making these allegations is beyond what I've experienced. Duncan now runs her own massage therapist where she features a testimonial from Tucker on her website. Delena Young, who says she worked with Tucker on a contract with the Ravens for the past 2 years, described their interactions as professional. She said their conversations during the sessions often touch around his wife and child, and she found him very professional, honorable, very upstanding, and very loyal to his family. Nathan Nordstrom, a national massage therapy educator and franchise consultant, said the industry lacks comprehensive national and or state-level mechanisms to address inappropriate behavior. We should not have to deal with someone thinking a massage therapy is a lewd sexual practice, Nordstrom said. Therapists who experience sexually inappropriate behavior often have limited options for recourse, said Kimberly Alexander, the president of the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education. Law enforcement officials frequently decline to pursue charges, such as instances do not rise to the level of crime, she said. If the allegations involve a well-known athlete, Alexander added, therapists reluctantly to come forward is even greater. When the massage therapist accused Watson, another NFL star, of sexual misconduct during body work sessions in 2021, they faced widespread condemnation from fans and even death threats. Watson was ultimately suspended for 11 games, but only after receiving the largest guaranteed contract in NFL history. Baltimore Banner's cooking. Therapists who speak out against famous clients are worried about their career, Alexander said. They're worried about their license. They're worried about their reputation in the community. They're worried about their family's response to it. The massage therapists who shared their stories with the Banner said they hoped Tucker would be held accountable for his actions. I want something to be done, Elle said. The only reason that nothing's being done is because it's Justin Tucker. Baltimore Banner reporters Gianna Hahn, Jonas Schaffer, and John Williams IV contributed to this report. Outstanding reporting. Let's go to this. The allegations in the Baltimore Banner article about me are unequivocally false. Throughout my career as a professional athlete, I was always sought to conduct myself with the utmost professionalism. I have never been accused of misconduct of any kind, and I have never been accused of acting inappropriately in front of massage therapists or during a massage therapy session or during other body work. I have never received any complaints from massage therapists, and I've never been dismissed from a massage therapy or body work session, and have never been told that I was not welcome at any spa or any other place of business. And accusing me of misconduct, the article makes and accuses ambiguous interactions and skews them so out of proportion that they are no longer recognizable, and it presents vague insinuations as fact. This is desperate tabloid fodder. It is no surprise that the paper's interactions with me are marked with journalistic failures at every turn. When I first learned that the newspaper was writing the article, they refused to reveal the full claims that they were planning to make against me. It wasn't until I was forced to hire the leading defamation law firm in the US to write the paper that they finally revealed what they were planning to write. Then, because you don't tell people what you're writing beforehand. No, you cannot see my article before it's out. You can't. Then, when they finally decided to provide some of this information, they gave me next to no time to prepare for a response. It is clear why they had no interest in what I or anyone else had to say. Once I reviewed the newspaper's allegations against me, it was apparent that the newspaper was deliberately misconstructing the events as nefarious, which they are not, and relying on third party speculation to create false preconceived narrative about me and that they would generate clicks. The newspaper had already written this false salacious profile well before they ever attempted to speak to me or any bodywork professionals I've worked with closely for the better part of the last decade. The newspaper, well, for the last decade, brother, it sounds like you was out the game because you was married. The newspaper made no effort to interview these key witnesses until I prompted them to do so by my defamation attorney because they did not want to hear what they had to say about me. I've always made a conscious effort to be considerate and respectful in all the interactions with the community that I love so much. It is devastating for me to learn that anyone would feel I was offensive in any way. I maintain I did not act inappropriately at any point before, during, or after a professional bodywork treatment session. I would never intend to offend or hurt anyone ever. As a matter of principle, I respect when individuals come forward to report misconduct of any kind. I support a process that allows claims to be properly investigated. But for the sake of myself and my family, I cannot allow false claims to go unchallenged. I cannot be any clearer. These allegations are false and incredibly hurtful to both me and, more importantly, my family. Well, there you have it from Justin Tucker himself. That's the whole thing. That was a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was a lot. I'll let y'all believe what y'all believe. I'm just gonna present the facts. Well, in my opinion, well, I guess it's crazy. I said I'm gonna let y'all believe what y'all believe in, and said, in my opinion. But I don't think it's looking very good for this guy. And he keeps saying for my family, for my wife and kids, you know what I'm saying, or his kid, you know, for everybody like that. Over the past decade, you can ask anybody that I worked with. The accusations go kind of beyond the past decade. 2012, 2016, the past decade is 2015 to now. And it says you kind of stopped doing this around 2016, a year after you got married. I don't know if it was the inner guilt or whatever, allegedly, according to the accusations and the real lifetime and stuff like that. But this ain't really lining up well, bro. To me, it sounds like he's saying in the past decade, I didn't do nothing wrong and this is bad for my family. That's what it's saying to me, right? So, but that kind of lines, he technically didn't lie in that case. But anyways, that's just how I feel about it. You guys can feel what you feel about it. Let me know in the comments. Trae Young didn't make the All-Star team. I got a text message about it in the middle of me talking about the joint, in the middle of me talking about Justin. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Another year where they're doing this to Trae Young. They do this all the time, bro. The politics over here is so sickening. Year in and year out, it's truly nasty work. I don't care. Like, I heard the thing of like, well, you know, coaches vote for the reserves, and it looks like he pushed 2-3 coaches out. I literally do not care. It is ridiculous to lead the league and assist. He's been the best point guard in the Eastern Conference in the first half of the season. For the past week, Trae Young has not played well. For the rest of the season, Trae Young has played head and shoulders above every other single guard in the Eastern Conference. Donovan Mitchell needs to become a starter because of his team's record. He deserved that. Cade Cunningham deserved the All-Star nod for the way he's playing and getting Detroit really on the map. For real. He deserves that, right? Who else? Jalen Brunson. Okay, you can make an argument for him. He's kind of on the... I think Trae's played better overall consistently than Jalen Brunson this season. Trae Young not making it. hold on. Here's the guards that made it: Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, and it looks like the two wild cards for Damian Lillard and Tyler. Damian Lillard and Tyler Hero. I want you to be so serious with me right now. And Tyler Hero has had a great season. I believe he's averaging like 20 something points, right? He's having a great 20. He's averaging 24 points a game, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's shooting nearly 50% from the field. This is crazy, though. This is crazy. In my opinion, we look at Damian Lillard, bro. We look at Damian Lillard. This is insane, bro. Damian Lillard is averaging 25.7 assists and nearly 5 rebounds. Trae Young's leading the league in assists, bro. He leads the league in clutch points. I don't understand what's going on right now. I don't. And then if you want to go DG, we go DG because they got 2 All-Stars from having the best record. Okay, they got their 2. Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell. They got their 2. You telling me Darius Garland is an All-Star over Trae Young this year? You can't tell me with a straight face Darius Garland is an all-star over Trae Young this season, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. And it happens year after year after year. One year, Trae was on his high horse, and they asked him to be a replacement, you know what I'm saying, after other people couldn't get in, things of that sort. He's averaging 11 assists. Crazy. We're over 22 points, nearly 23 points a game, averaging 11 assists, leading the league in assists. Crazy. Anyways, year after year, one year Trae was trying to be cute. They asked him to be an injury replacement. He turned it down. And he said, no, don't try to get me now. And then ever since then, he was like, yeah, I'll accept it now. There's no reason why Trae shouldn't be on Team USA. There's no reason why he wasn't on the team the year they sent out Bobby Portis and Austin Reeves and Tyrese Halliburton. There's no reason why he shouldn't have been on the team at the Olympics with Tyrese Halliburton picked over him. There's no reason why he's constantly being picked over at the All-Star game. It's literally because people do not like Trae Young. You could look at the field goal percentage, right? Because some of those other guys were shooting darn near 50% from the field. What Trae has to do, you look at the context of the team and everything like that, and just roll within the team. Trae has the ball in his hands majority of the time. He is literally the Atlanta Hawks offense, and he has been the Atlanta Hawks offense ever since he was drafted in 2018. Literally, the offense looks completely different without Trae Young on the floor than when Trae Young's on the floor. That changed a little bit this year for like 2 weeks with Jalen Johnson running point forward for the Hawks, and then Jalen Johnson's out for the season. This is crazy. It happens every single year. There's no excuse for this. They ask why ratings are down in the NBA, and just look at the way that you guys treat some of your own stars. Literally look at the way that you treat your own stars. People who casually follow the NBA legitimately think Trae Young is a mediocre basketball player because of lazy narratives and things like this. Things like this is the reason why people think Trae Young isn't that good. And then when Trae Young comes into their arena and they Trae Young, and he hits a logo 3, he comes off on a steal outlet pass, a crazy pass that you ain't never seen before. He's the best passer in the league. It's him and Jokic, and it's been him and Jokic and everybody else for the past 5 years. Halliburton, I guess, the exception last year. Halliburton was in the discussion as well last year with all of his assists. It is ridiculous. It's honestly sad. It's a tragedy. It's a shame. It's like Gilbert Arenas was talking about, what did he say? When he said he was talking about like OKC or Cleveland. He said, man, ain't nobody watching Cleveland. He said, we watching Cleveland, but we not really watching Cleveland. And that's a whole nother, like, what? What are we talking about right now, bro? We really watching Cleveland, but we not really watching Cleveland, bro. And this like talks about money, bro. This affects your money. Trey don't get all NBA. Trey don't get the USA team. Trey don't get All Star, and that affects his money. That's contract stipulations. That's bonuses that he's missing out on. When his play, he did his part on the court, and now he's not being rewarded for it financially because of hidden agendas, and they don't like him. And I think he pushed this coach out, and I stand in solidarity with this coach, Lloyd Pierce, Nate McMillan. Man, what are we doing right now, bro? That's all I'm saying, man. This is ridiculous. It's going too far. It is going too far, bro. Congratulations to Cade Cunningham. Another reason why ratings are down. Enough people aren't highlighting the Pistons. The most publicity I've seen from the Pistons this season, real talk, this is all jokes aside, bro, is Isaiah Stewart getting technical fouls and getting ejected from games from fighting folks. That's the most publicity I've seen from the Detroit Pistons all season. If you didn't know, if you wasn't even paying attention, you wouldn't have known that the Detroit Pistons have done a complete 180 this season. They're a good team. Another untold storyline in the NBA this season, the Thompson twins. People have been talking about Amin for the past week, but Asar is also doing his job. Asar and Amin are both two of the NBA's best young talents. Both of the Thompson twins worked out. They didn't go to the NBA. They took the alternate route. They went to OTE down in Atlanta. Shout out to overtime. I got the hoodie on right now. They went 4-5, top 5 in the draft, and they both panned out to what they were supposed to be. Early on in the season, they just turned 22 today. Why aren't they being pushed more? This is part of the problem. You talk about it ain't the talent, it ain't this. A part of it is the product of like, okay, the way that the games are shaped with a billion threes now, no defense, final scores being 135 to 136, everything like that. Of course, that is a large part of it. But talent is not an issue. You're not pushing out the talent. You're still pushing Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. We get it. They're 40 years old and they're still playing at a high level. They're about to leave. And you guys are stuck now. Zion was supposed to be it. Okay. Zion, in addition to everything else, I watched Zion last night for the first time in his pro career in person. Simply amazing talent, generational, everything that people talked about him being coming into the draft. He had a insane stat line through his first 19 minutes, like 25 points in his first 19 minutes, 3 steals, a couple blocks, like 5 rebounds. It was something crazy like that, right? Crazy stat line in his first 19 minutes. At the same token, outside of him barely playing and him having his off the court drama and stuff like that he's had in the past, Zion hasn't really developed his game much from high school. It's the same thing of like, okay, he powers downhill. If he's playing point forward, more than likely he's going to drive to the basket because no one can stop him. He's stronger than everybody. And they play Hack-a-Shaq. They play Hack-a-Zion now because he still struggles at the free throw line. And he still struggles with hitting the open jump shot on a consistent basis. That is an issue. Okay, so Zion didn't replace LeBron James. Lonzo did not replace LeBron James. Lonzo messed up his knee. Okay, there's that. Wemby's living up to the expectation. But Wemby's also in San Antonio. San Antonio still isn't winning that many games. Chris Paul has had an amazing bounce back season, getting a chance to play, getting a chance to be in the rotation, and getting a chance to stand next to the giant miracle that Wemby is, Victor Wembanyama is. That isn't being pushed enough, in my opinion, by the NBA. There are so many storylines, so many players, so many people that just aren't being spoken about enough. This is an incredible era of NBA basketball in terms of just individual talent, what some of these guys can do. And it's not being talked about enough. We're still focusing on the same 3 people and then getting upset or feeling confused on why this ain't happening. The reason why the NBA is suffering is because one of the better players in the league, Jason Tatum, mostly just faced jokes. Luka, one of the best players in the league, mostly just faced fat jokes. Jokic mostly faced he doesn't care about his job. He doesn't care about the NBA jokes. I don't know, man. It's just humor and memes and everything have just kind of like I feel like ruined the whole thing. Anyways, let me see what the West Coast is. The West Coast. Ant-Man, Anthony Davis, AD, James Harden, Jaren Jackson Jr. Congratulations to Jaren Jackson Jr. Hey, our Prince Shingun. Congratulations to Shingun. Jalen Williams. J-Dub is an all-star? What? That must be an OKC gift. I ain't gonna lie to you, and Wemby. So J-Dub gets in over Brody, Jalen Green. Let's look at the numbers, man. Jalen Williams, bro. Let's look at the numbers, bro. J-Dub gets in as an all-star. What? Okay, hold on. Here we go. J-Dub, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Johnson definitely would have made it if he was healthy. That's a side note. But let me see. Jalen Green. 21, 4, and 2. Makes sense. Adds up. I'm not going to lie to you. J-Dub gets in, though. It's crazy. Oh, Sabonis. They're talking about Sabonis. Sabonis over Shingun. I don't know, man. Shingun kind of crazy, boy. I tell you, that boy crazy. Oh, hold on. I'm not even sharing the tab. I'll probably go Sabonis over. Sabonis is averaging 14 rebounds a game? I didn't even know Sabonis was averaging 14 rebounds a game. Yeah, put in Sabonis over J-Dub. And salute to J-Dub. But Sabonis averaging 14 rebounds a game? This man averaging 21 and 15, bro, and 6. See, this one I'm talking about, bro. Once again, I made the same video last year. I literally made the same video last year. I'll probably even link it. I made this same video last year about Fox and Sabonis not getting in the West and Trey not getting in the East. This is ridiculous, bro. I don't know what it is with the Kings. I don't know what they got against the Kings. I know the Kings, they're not as good as they used to be. Okay. But the league leader in rebounders and the league leader in assists aren't all-stars. Every other category, major category, they're all-stars. Wemby, all-star. SGA, all-star. Steph Curry, all-star. Dyson Daniels, not an all-star, but it's okay. I understand that. These two not being all-stars is crazy. You know what? We could probably even go down to the top 2. Everybody except for Walker Kessler on this list has been an all-star. Well, LaMelo Ball also was not an all-star. How many games he played, though? Because LaMelo put up some crazy numbers. But how many games did he put up? How many games has he played? He's played 31 games. 31 out of how many games? 31 out of how many games? They are... So he hasn't played 12 games this year. I kind of get that. I kind of get that for LaMelo. I'm not even going to lie to you. I get it. You didn't play 12 games this year. That's kind of like more than a handful for real. But Sabonis, how many games Sabonis played? Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Sabonis played 44 games this season. That's enough to be an all-star. Trae Young, how many games did Trae Young play this season? Trae Young has played 43 games this season. That's enough to be an all-star. Doesn't make sense, bro. Doesn't make sense. And it happens year after year after year. But salute to JJJ. He's been the best player, like they said, for Memphis this season. Salute to Anthony Davis. Anthony Edwards has been struggling this season, but it's still nice to see him in. That is an Atlanta legend, of course. She is struggling, quote unquote struggling. The Joker averaging 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Crazy. Shout out to Ant-Man. But yeah. Yeah, I guess if anything, I got Sabonis in for Jalen Williams in the West. In the East, I got Trae Young over Darius Garland, bro. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Let me see if anything else. I think I'm done for today. All right, you guys have a great night. Everything like that. The replay will be up soon tonight. And until next time, as always, please take care of yourselves. Y'all be safe for sure.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.